Why did y'all break up? And now acting as if you were never truly happy with your ex. Damn, girl. Like, or whoever you are, you really took it that personal. First of all, why are you so pressed? Hi y'all, this is Shirley at Digo Mija. Welcome to my first YouTube video. This is so awkward. I don't know whether to look at the camera or look here. Look at the camera, look here. No sé, so we're testing this out. So I have about 32 questions. So let's do this quickly. Of course, silly me, while editing the video, forgot to introduce myself. For those of you who don't know who I am and why you should continue watching, I'm Shirley. I am also known as Digo Mija on TikTok. I have close to 25k followers. I think 24,300 right now. Just documenting my journey as a law student. I am Latina and I just love showing my experience, my journey, because there is not enough of us in this field. So that's a little bit about myself. Continue watching. The first step is priming my face, so let's do that. So the first question is, do you ever feel like you're missing out with all the studying that you do? Oh, and I'm priming my face with the elf primer always. Honestly, yes. There has been many times that I couldn't go out, and I just recently started going out, like going out to clubs, going out with my friends to dance, and there has been times where I wasn't able to. I have also missed birthdays for certain folks, and it does feel like I'm missing out, but I know it's gonna be worth it. So I just keep telling myself that the people that truly love me and care for me are not gonna take it personal. Next, I am going to... Es que no tengo nada organizado en esto. Mire, I'm just gonna show ya, because nothing is organized. This is where I put all my makeup. Do you have a better organizational system? Because I definitely need one. Anyways, I'm gonna conceal my face with the Maybelline Fit Me concealer. Also, the angles is not angling, so we're just gonna deal with it. I'm gonna look mad weird. It's fine. Okay, the second question is, do you have any tattoos? No. I would want, but I'm a very indecisive person. I feel like I would get one and then regret it like 2 years later, which I don't want. Alright, story time of how you met the date series Mystery Man, and give a single girl's tip on where to go out for nights out. Okay. Story time how I met my date, whatever. Since y'all following along and want to be chismosas, no mentira. I get it. We met at a club, and honestly I feel like I want to reserve the whole story for later because it's so good, and it was honestly like very coincidental, if that's a word. And it was almost like we were supposed to meet, like, not to be corny. Also, give a single girl's tips on where to go out for nights out. So I can't tell ya, because then y'all gonna know my spots, and I don't want y'all to see me all messy. Okay, that's like my biggest fear, somebody recognizing me when I'm out and I'm like mad messy, so mad embarrassing. Okay, so if you want to DM me on Instagram and ask me, I could tell you some spots, but I'm not gonna share them publicly to protect myself, mostly from embarrassment. The fifth question is, do you think it's possible to have a healthier law school experience than yours regarding the sleeping schedule? Okay, let's talk about this. I know why you're asking this question, because I have a lot of videos on my TikTok about my sleeping schedule, waking up at 4 a.m., waking up like maybe at 3 a.m. And first of all, I don't think anyone should compare themselves to me, because I honestly feel like what works for you and doesn't work for you depends on yourself. Like, period. So I do, whether it's possible to have a healthier law school experience, I do think so. Mind you, this past semester I worked. I do content creation, which takes up time. I started dating, so I felt like I needed to be very, very strict about my schedule, about waking up early, and that's the reality. So I do feel like, you know, if you have less less workload, less responsibilities outside of law school, like you can have a healthier balance. Okay, next I'm gonna do my eyebrows. I'm laughing because this question took me out. This question took me out. It reads, can you believe this is what the question says? I remember you posting a TikTok of your ex at the time, BF, saying how special you feel with him taking care of you and cooking for you while you're busy in school. Why did y'all break up? And now acting as if you were never truly happy with your ex. Damn, girl, like, or whoever you are, you really took it that personal. First of all, why are you so pressed? I'm gonna do my eyebrows. Oh, the freaking foundation that I was using was the Maybelline Fit Me. The reason why it has this sticker is because my sister and I have the same foundation, so I try to differentiate. So in addressing that question, are you him? Are you my ex? Because that's the only person that I feel like could ask that question. Like that's the only person that should feel so pressed. And if you're not from, I don't know, if you don't know what press means, it's like, why are you so mad? Why are you so affected? Basically, I don't know. Anyways, why did we break up? That's very personal. I didn't even talk about my relationship that much on my TikTok channel for that reason, because I really do feel like my personal relationships with people are super private. Like I don't even show my parents' face or my sister's face. Like I have thought about it, who will see, but I'm still very private about the relationships that I have with the people I'm most close to. So that's one. I'm not gonna say why we broke up. Two, which was like so funny, acting as, why am I acting as if I was never truly happy with my ex? First of all, do you know my relationship? Like, do you know what happened, like all the years that we were together? Do you know if I was truly happy? Do you know, like, there's just so much audacity in that question that, like, unless you were literally him or me, you would have no idea like what went on in our relationship. Tips on dating. In terms of dating, I didn't intentionally start dating people. Like, it just happened when I would go out. I would talk to people, but it was never nothing serious, like going on dates or anything. So I feel like I can't really say or give out dating advice because I never really tried. But I would say with my whole dating series that I'm doing on my TikTok, and like talking a little bit more about my date and all the dates that I've gone with this one particular person, I would say just keep an open mind and also be very clear and upfront with boundaries, expectations, and where you see this relationship progressing. Like, if that's what you want to do. If you don't, then like whatever, you know, keep it open. I think I'm gonna line my lips because I just feel very bare. The 7th question: what inspired you to go to law school? By the way, I love your TikTok videos. Thank you. What inspired me? Honestly, I would say the number, like, there's many reasons what inspired me to go to law school, but the number one reason is I didn't see that much representation, and that really like inspired me to keep going, because I'm like, damn, like I could be this attorney. So we're gonna do this quickly because I'm wasting way too much time doing this, like figuring out the angles. Like, you know, honestamente, si me veo un poquito fea en este video, like F it, porque esto es mi primer video, and you know what, y'all know that I'm a hot mess. Okay, how do you balance law school with social family life? So if y'all seen my procrastination, like how to avoid procrastination video, y'all should look at that on my TikTok. I think it's part of like my law school tips. I don't procrastinate. Like, I know that's very hard for people, and honestly, I've never been the type of person to procrastinate, so it just has worked for me. And that is one thing I will tell y'all. Like, the way I go out, y'all see me go out throughout the semester, the way I'm able to do that is by not procrastinating. Question number 9: reason behind pursuing law undergrad major and university. I'm not gonna share where I went to college, like, because I don't want people to find me. But the reason why I'm pursuing law, why I pursued law is such a long story. Like, I really feel like it should be its own video, so I think I'm gonna do that. Undergrad major, political science. Oh shit. Did y'all see that? Bestie, I'm laughing because of this question. Bestie, when are you gonna introduce us to your man? Bro, that's so funny. And by my man, you mean my date from my dating series. First of all, he's not my man, so yeah, I'm not gonna get an introduction unless he is my man and then time has passed by where I do feel comfortable maybe sharing him. If y'all are like if y'all have been following me for a long time, y'all would know like I didn't even post my ex, and I was like, he's not getting a face reveal until we're married. So yeah, I've always been like very private, like even before TikTok, about my personal life. Like, I barely posted any of my boyfriends on my social medias, even when I had just family and friends. So to do that in a very public platform, like, I would just need a lot of convincing. And yeah, so we're gonna see if that ever happens. No promises. Number 11, what part of Ecuador and Colombia are you from? Proud Ecuadorian here. Okay, all right. I love to see us Ecuadorians out here. My mom is from Bogotá, Colombia, Rola. My dad is from Oriente, Orellana. Question number 12, what type of attorney are you pursuing? So I went into law school wanting to become an immigration attorney. Before law school, I was a paralegal working mostly in immigration work. So I still have a desire to work in immigration, but I am exploring other options. So right now I would like to know a little bit about wills, trust, and estates work. So yeah, we'll see. Question number 13. Was the concept of loans a scary aspect of law school? Yes, and that's why I chose in-state law school, because my goal is not to graduate with massive amounts of debt. Number 14. I love you. I love you too, whoever you are. Te quiero. Te quiero, te amo, te adoro. Thank you so much for all the support. Number 15, how do you deal with imposter syndrome in law school? Honestly, I feel like I walked into law school being like, I'm here for a reason and I made it this far for a reason. So I really feel like I didn't deal with too much imposter syndrome, but I low-key did. And let me explain this. I feel like I'm very hard on myself, and I feel like my enough is not enough. And so I feel like that's kind of imposter syndrome, because you really doubt yourself, right? Even though I was like, I know I'm smart, I know I'm a baddie, I know I have lots of legal experience, I know I could be an amazing attorney, I still was like questioning myself and asking myself like, but can I actually do it? Is my good enough, great enough? I really hope that makes sense to y'all. So how do I deal with it? Honestly, kind of reminding myself of all the successes that I've had, that I've been able to achieve so far. I used to also keep a notebook, and on the back of it I would write down every single nice thing that somebody has told me, like a mentor, somebody I respected. I stopped doing that, but yeah, I mean, that kind of helped, like kind of putting things into perspective on like what kind of a baddie I am, and like to not doubt myself, because I am on the right track. I am in law school. I am 1 year away from graduating from law school. Number 16, how do you stay productive, organized throughout the year? I have on my TikTok playlist like how do I stay organized, like law school tips, but mostly I rely on a spreadsheet with all my assignments, all exam dates, just to keep myself like organized in that way. And then I take a Google calendar and jot down all the important dates there, and I focus and I do to-do lists and I time block. It's like a whole thing. It's on my TikTok playlist. Like, if y'all want me to go in depth with it, I could do a separate video because it's a lot. Question number 17. What advice would you give undergrad students who are looking forward to either law or medical school? I can't speak on medical school, but for law school, I would say keep your grades up, try different things in college, different types of volunteer opportunities, and also maybe talk to lawyers in your community, who graduated from your undergrad. Reach out to people and see how they've navigated their careers. Seek out mentor. Networking and mentorship is so important. What made you want to be a lawyer? I'm a nurse, but have been following you and your journey on TikTok. So once again, I am gonna make a longer video regarding like my journey, because I know people have been asking what I did prior to law school, what I did in undergrad, did I ever want to become a lawyer? Definitely feel like that's its own video. Number 21, question number 21, question number 21, bro. And I have like 10 more questions. I'm already out of breath. Okay, can you explain what was requested on the law finals that took you days to complete? So yeah, I had some law school finals that, one of them particularly, two of them actually were given in this time frame where I had several days to complete, which was honestly so generous of my professors. And for both of them, they were essays. So what we had to do was basically analyze this fact pattern, use the law to answer this legal question. And it's in an essay format. So you basically are writing an essay about what the legal answer is, and it's a lot of facts that they give you. Both of those finals, they were cumulative, so you had to just had all your notes prepared from like day one of the semester, which was a lot. So that's why it took me long, because and they were 2 essays for both of those finals, so it took me hours. Number 22, what are you most proud of? Naya making me cry. I'm most proud of that I refuse to settle, honestly, in all aspects of my life. Like, I am this type of person that I am always going to want more. I want the very best for myself, for my family, and I think it's just testament of how far I've gotten, and that is truly what I'm most proud of. Where I'm at right now, and also how much I've had to fight to get here. And yeah, I will never rendirme. Where do you see yourself in 10 years? 10 years from now, I hope I'm successful in my career. I hope I have a condo in New York City. I hope I am married. I hope I am doing well mentally. I hope my platforms have grown. I hope I'm able to give back. I hope I have a mentorship program. I hope for all these things, but most importantly, I just hope me and my family are well off financially and emotionally and together. What is your favorite pastime? I love it. Y'all know. I love going out. I love dancing. I know it's whatever, but I do just love having a good night out at the club. I'll be honest. Number 25, what made you choose law school? So once again, I will address this when I have my separate video regarding my law school journey. Number 26, what did you do during your gap year to get ahead? Well, honestly, I worked as a paralegal in the legal field. That got me ahead because I developed my legal writing skills. I had attorneys as mentors, and it was just, yeah. What to do in law school to get ahead? Honestly, networking, building those relationships with attorneys in your area. It's really about who you know. For the last 2 years, all the opportunities that I've taken has been because I've known someone. So that just goes to show you that relationships do matter, and put yourself out there. What is your best piece of advice for a college upperclassman who wants to go to law school? Like I said, build those relationships early on, but also in terms of the application process, get started on that early. You don't want to rush your personal statement. You don't want to rush asking people for letters or recommendations. Started like a year in advance or something like that, and honestly, it was the greatest decision. I also reached out to my college pre-law advisor. Mind you, I had graduated years afterwards, but I still accessed that resource, and it was free or whatever. Like, I didn't have to pay him. How do you keep going when studying when it feels like the material isn't sticking no more? No matter what, after a lot of effort, I take a break because breaks are important. You burn out, and if I still feel like after taking multiple breaks, after drinking some chai, I'm still not where I need to be in terms of getting the material, I take a longer break, like a half a day off, and that has helped me a ton. So take breaks and talk to people also about how you're feeling, because I promise you, you're not alone. People feel burnout all the time, and you just need people to like confide in how you're feeling. So number 30, I'll be starting law school in fall. How can I prepare beforehand? Like I said, Start your application process early. Reach out to attorneys in your area. Get started on working towards having those relationships early on. And also just don't be so hard on yourself. Honestly, take a lot of time off. Do whatever you wanted to do before starting, because law school is so consuming and it just doesn't stop. How important are your grades after law school? Depends on what you want to do after law school. Like if you want to do like some competitive fellowships, clerkships, big law, but don't rely on me. Take my advice in terms of this question with a grain of salt. The last question is, why did you decide you wanted to become a lawyer? As I said, I'm sorry, it's such a long story that I really want to dedicate a whole story, a whole video to it. So stay tuned. And I'm sorry, this first video was a hot mess. I just couldn't figure out the angles. Thank you so much for all the questions. And I really hope you guys subscribe and comment and like. I know. Don't let me down, yo. This took me forever. If you know, you know. And I just hope to continue building with y'all. I hope that y'all continue to support me. And honestly, it just brings me so much joy and happiness. Couldn't ask for anything more. And if my makeup looks like a hot mess, you could also comment and tell me what tips y'all have. Also, I'm trying, okay? So don't be too hard on me, all right? So yeah, anyways, ciao, los quiero mucho. And stay tuned for the next YouTube video, hopefully every Sunday or every other Sunday. We shall see. Goodbye. Ciao, besitos.